morning, Birmingham. Welcome to the regular council meeting of the Birmingham City Council. Today is March 1st. It's after 9:30. We will have invocation and pledge of allegiance led by Councilor J.T. Moore. Everyone, please stand. Thank you.
Please, good morning. Please bow your heads. Father God, we come before you today just thanking you for this wonderful day that you've given us, another opportunity to be here. We just thank you, Father God, for more collaboration in this city. We thank you that, we are continuing to work together to provide the betterment of the people that we represent. We want to just lift up all of our officers, our teachers, our emergency responders, Father God, up to you, and just asking that you would protect them, watch over them. We also want to lift up the people of Ukraine, Father God, that you would be with them during this time, that you would strengthen them, encourage them, and, just continue to encourage and give them hope, Father God. We just thank you for all of these things, and we just bless your holy name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Salute, flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Mr. Clerk.
Good morning.
If you'll call the roll, please. Thank you.
Councilmember Abbott.
Present.
Councilmember Clark.
Present.
Councilmember Moore. All right. Councilmember O'Quinn.
Good morning.
Morning. Councilmember Tate.
Present. Good morning.
Morning. Councilmember Williams.
Good morning.
Good morning. Councilmember Woods.
Present.
Council Pro Tem Smitherman.
Good morning.
Good morning. Council President Alexander.
Present. Thank you very much. The minutes are not ready from October 5th, 2021 through February 22nd, 2022. Good morning, Mr. Mayor. Any communications this morning other than hello? All right. Thank you. At this time, Mr. Clerk, would you give us any announcements of boards and agencies?
Yes, ma'am. Presently, you should have also received the updated vacancies board, boards and agency vacancy sheet. You should have gotten that before the meeting started, making a correction to a committee. But presently, on Arlington Antebellum Homes and Gardens, we have vacancy 2, Elias Hendricks Jr. and Dr. Eric R. Wright. Both terms expire April the 30th, 2022, and they are 3-year terms under the Park, Recreation, and Cultural Arts Committee. And then we have the Industrial Development Board. We have David A. Perry and Kurt Atkinson, and both terms expire April the 10th, 2022, and they are 6-year terms, and they are under the Economic Development and Tourism Committee. Then on the second page, we have the Downtown Redevelopment Authority, Emmett Davis. It's a 6-year term that expires on April the 8th, 2022. Same committee, Economic Development and Tourism, assigned to. And then the final is full-time judgeship, Judge Deborah Montgomery. April the 30th, 2022 is when that term expires. It's a 4-year term. And that's under the Administration Committee.
All right, thank you, Mr. Clerk. And for the members of the audience and the public, you can also go to the birminghamel.gov website, and you will see under City Council, you can also see these vacancies. We encourage residents to seek and become members of these particular boards because the actions that they regulate for each of these agencies are very important to us as a city. So thank you very much. At this time, Mr. Clerk, would you give us the items for consideration for consent?
Okay.
Or the agenda, please.
The consent agenda starts on page 2 with item number 3. Item 4 was removed from consent. Page 3, we have items 5 and 7 on consent. We skip over to page 9. We have items 8, 9, and 10 on consent. Page 10, we have items 11, 12, and 13 on consent. Page 11, we have items 14, 15, and 16 on consent. Page 12, we have items 17, 18, and 19 on consent. Page 13, we have items 20, 21, and 22 on consent. Page 14, we have items 23, 24, and 25 on consent. Page 15, we have items 26, 27, and 28 on consent. Page 16, we have items 29, 30, and 31 on consent. On page 17, we have items 32, 33, and 34 on consent. Page 18, items 35, 36, and 37 are on consent. Page 19, items 38, 39, and 40 are on consent. Please strike on item 40. The Director of Information Management is a recommending party. Please strike the Director of Information Management Services. Page 20, we have items 41, 42, and 43 on consent. On page 21, we have items 44, 45, and 46 on consent. Page 22, we have items 47, 49, and 50, and then are we still withdrawing 48? Okay. Page 23, we have items 51, 52, 53, 54, and 55 on consent. And the consent agenda, you have one addendum item.
All right, thank you. Councilors, are there any items that you would like to add or remove from the consent agenda?
Item 3 as well. No, 4 is already on.
Councilors, the request has been made to, yes, item 4, we want to move from consent. Thank you.
Say 3? I'm sorry.
Number 4, which we already
So
done.
4 was already off,
Uh-huh.
and then I requested for 3.
I'm sorry, you requesting for 3 as well. All right. Any other items? Councilor Quinn?
Can we add item 56 or
Yes.
okay?
There's a request to add item 56 for consent. Thank you, councilors. Anything else? All right. All items designated as consent are routine and non-controversial and will be approved by one motion. No separate discussion of these items will be permitted unless a council member, the mayor, or citizen interested in a public hearing so requests. If so, such items will revert to its normal place on the agenda order of business. All matters of permanent operation, they're indicated with the P, will be read. All other matters will be announced by reading the item number only. All public hearings will be announced. Can I entertain a motion and second for approval of the consent agenda?
So moved.
All right, we're ready for the vote. Thank you.
Was that Pro Tem Smitherman?
Yes.
Seconded by Councilmember Tate?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Voting should be open.
Who are we missing?
Councilmember Wee. Thank you. That vote should be open.
Thank you very much. The consent agenda passes. Anyone here was here to listen to one of the consent items, those have been approved, and so we thank you. First item, Mr. Clerk.
Okay, 1 second. First item should be item 1. Item 1, a resolution relative to the application of Montego Temple for the transfer of a lounge retail liquor class 1 license to be used at Mahogany, 1709 3rd Avenue West, Birmingham, and hearing volunteer parties. Want to do 2?
And yes, could we do 1 and 2 together, please?
All right, item 2, a resolution relative to the application of Montego Temple for Division 1 dance permit at Mahogany, 1709 3rd Avenue West, Birmingham, and hearing volunteer parties. Motion, please.
Could we have a motion on this item so we can hear them?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Councilor Tate, would you go ahead and go through the item, just bring us up to date where we are, and the information we need to consider these 2 items. Thank you.
Detective Pitts, are you here? We want to call Detective Pitts back up to give us the incidents again at this location.
Thank you.
Good morning, Council.
Good morning.
Today I have calls for service for Mahogany, 1709 3rd Avenue West, and calls for service First call was August the 5th, which was a Thursday. It was a shot spotter call. August the 21st, which was a Saturday, was a discharging a firearm to an unoccupied vehicle. August 21st was a Saturday, a person shot inside the club. August the 28th was a Saturday, a theft of property from a vehicle. October 16th, a Saturday, a discharging a firearm into an unoccupied vehicle. August the 16th, a Saturday, gunshot from the nearby club. August the 17th, a Sunday morning, discharging a firearm into an occupied building. On December the 5th, a Sunday morning, a shot spotter call. December the 19th, a Sunday morning, someone was arrested at this location. On January 30th, 2022, a Sunday morning, there was a fight inside the club, which was reported by Detective Langford. Again, there were 10 calls for service last 6 months, 1709 3rd Avenue West.
Thank you very much. Councilor Tate.
Madam President, I call for the vote, please.
Councilors, any questions regarding this item? We're clear?
Can we clarify what the motion is? So, on this item, so there's no confusion. This is a motion to grant the retail liquor class 1 and to grant the Division 1 dance permit, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so voting no means that you're not willing to grant those licenses.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
So is this a public hearing of all interested parties or not? Because I know there's a neighborhood president who's here to speak.
It is. It is a public hearing. So we'll entertain and ask them to speak, but I would like for the Office of the City Attorney just to clarify, because I answered the question that Councilor Williams brought forward. So if we could just get the clarification on, again, what we're voting and what those two, again, what voting no or yes means for this particular application.
Yes, thank you, President Alexander. Item 1 is the granting of a transfer of a lounge retail liquor class 1 license, and item 2 is for an application to grant a Division 1 dance permit. And so if there's any other clarification need, Attorney Bernard can come up.
Yes, Councilor.
So the Division 1 dance permit, what does that allow?
Attorney Bernard.
Thank you.
Haley Bernard with the Office of City Attorney. There are two types of dance permits under city ordinances. A Division 1 dance permit is for patron dancing, your basic, ballroom, disco, whatever, you go out, dance with some friends. Dance 2, the Division 2 dance permit is for performance dancing, which could be a strip club, it could be other types of performances. The difference is whether it's the patrons or participants or whether you're watching a show.
Thank you.
And thank you, Attorney Bernard. Councilor Tate, I'll turn it back over to you so we can see if we have anyone to speak for or against. Thank you.
Okay, is anyone here to speak or for or against this item, please?
As you're coming forward, please state your name and your address and let us know if you're for or against. Thank you.
Adams Terrell. My address is 1504 First Avenue West, and I'm the president of the Rising West Princeton neighborhood. I would like to read into the record, if permitted, a letter of support that we, the neighborhood, have drafted for Mr. Monteith. As you guys all should have copies of that letter that was distributed previously. And the letter states, it is originally dated January 24th, 2022. Yes, Birmingham City Council members, This letter is in support of Mr. Montego Temple of Club Mahogany, located at 1709 3rd Avenue West in the Rising West Preston neighborhood. Mr. Temple is an active business member in the neighborhood. He attends the neighborhood meetings and is also a member of our Neighborhood Business Outreach Committee, which he is helping us in communicating with our neighborhood businesses and is helping to garner support for our neighborhood with the other businesses. We have not had any disturbance and or negative reports regarding his club since giving license approval on February 8, 2021 at our neighborhood monthly meetings. Therefore, I am recommending license renewal of Mr. Montego. President, Rising West Preston neighborhood. And may I also just, in support of Mr. Temple, you know, as I said, we have not received any negative reports, although the police department has stated the incidences that they have record of. And a couple of those incidences that they included in the 10 were on Thursdays. He's only open on Saturday and Friday and Saturday. So incidences that happens on 3rd Avenue on days that his business is not even open should not be attributed to him. As well as I know that he participated in neighborhood cleanups. He has participated in one of our committee meetings. He also speaks to the other businesses about cleaning up around their businesses. And I've had several business owners speak to me that says, yeah, Mr. Temple has already said something to us. So he has been an asset to our neighborhood. I don't know of the police incidences. I'm asleep at that time of night. You know, when you're over 65, you don't hang out all hours of the night. However, thanks for the smile, but however, I would like to say that as a asset to our neighborhood, he has been since we gave him that license, and he supports everything that we try to do in Rising West Preston. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
I wanted to ask her a question. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine. Councilor Moore. Ms. Neighborhood President, they have a question.
I just wanted to ask a question. So, I know for me, like I'm really big about making sure that we take the consideration of neighborhood associations and community members' voices to heart, because it's their neighborhood. You live there, right? And so, just wanted to ask again from you, as a representative of the residents that live there, do you all feel like this is a business that is an asset to the community and, that is a good partner with you all?
Yes, so far it has been an asset to the community. As far as I know, I don't know about what the goings on at the establishment, inside the establishment. But I know that 3rd Avenue West is extremely active on the weekends. And I accidentally, several years ago when I first moved here to Birmingham, tried to take a young lady home and found out she was a lady of the evening. My sister said I was stupid, but I didn't know. She looked like a young girl, and it was probably 2 o'clock in the morning. I was coming back from Huntsville, and she was out there, and it was cold, and I said, well, baby, can I take you home? But I didn't, this was, right on 3rd Avenue as I was turning in at 15th Street. I offered to drive her home, and she said don't. But anyway, she was waiting for someone, so I left that alone. But with Mr. Temple, he attends each and every one of our meetings. I can give you copies of our meeting reports. The CRR office has our copies of our meetings reports, and he attends all of our committee meetings. He has been an asset to our neighborhood, and he has donated stuff to help us, even with our cleanups and stuff. So he was present at our neighborhood cleanup, as well as he has been present at our committee meetings. And he's well known throughout the neighborhood, so I haven't heard any negative comments from the neighbors. And that's who I listen to, are the people in my community and in my neighborhood that says this is happening at whatever the establishment. Because I'm the one that gets the phone calls. And as Mr. Williams knows, with the previous club that we had to shut down over there, I expressed to you all the phone calls I was getting day and night, and how many times I actually called the police, because I only live just over a block from that establishment. But I've not heard anything about Mr. Temple's establishment being, you know, a bad business. So,
Yes, ma'am.
as the president of the neighborhood, I can only speak to what has come to me. I have not received any negative from anything negative from any of the neighbors in the community.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Tate.
I'd like to clear up off the calls on Thursday night. There were one call for Thursday night was August the 5th. It was a shot spotter call. This doesn't mean that the business was open. It was a shot spotter call where there's a gunshot, a system that's throughout the city, and when there was gunshots, then that call goes down to the 911. So that doesn't mean that the club was open on August the 5th, Thursday night.
Thank you, officer.
Thank you, Detective Pitts. Anybody else here to speak or for or against this establishment? If we can have 3 minutes. State your
Good
name
morning.
for the record, sir, and address.
1709 3rd Avenue West, Montego Temple. Pretty much everything has been said over the past couple of weeks. I've been there a very long time. One, Officer Vicks and Officer Pitts and myself, the number that we will have the same. We're going to have different numbers on calls, but the one number that's the same is 0. And I
Mr.
have
Temple,
0.
can you address the council, please, and not Officer Pitts or Detective?
So the number that we will have the same is 0. No killings. I got a lady, a restaurant down the street that keeps a filthy parking lot and loses a body every other month. She should be here. I have a venue down the street that lost 3 bodies last year. They should be here. I'm not discrediting anything that they're saying. I just want to tell the council I run a very safe business. Been running a safe business for over 10 years. And I would love to have a yes vote today. I would love to get a yes vote out of the council members today. Again, not discrediting anything that those guys are saying, but this time last year, each and every last one of you were preparing to get ready to campaign for your seat again. And the hatred that you received doing that came high and low. Again, I'm asking the council to vote yes. Never been in front of you guys for anything. I'm here today. It feels more like disciplinary, but I'm here today because my building burned down and I'm asking the council to give me permission to the property across the street. There's no pattern of bad behavior at my location. There's no bad behavior on my character. All of a sudden, we have all these issues. I'm asking the council to just think that out. I've been there too long, and all of a sudden, we have 10, 15 calls. It just doesn't add up. It just doesn't make sense to me. Again, we've spoken week after week. I've said all I can say. I just hope that the council will vote yes. Again, you gave a venue not too far from me a 13-week trial. If the council will feel free.
Mr. Temple, we're here to talk about your venue and not the past venues or the venue down the street. We're talking about what has been going on at Club Mahogany.
Nothing has been going on. I'm asking.
Sir, I don't think that police would make up false reports or come in here on the record and say that all of these incidents have taken place at your location. I mean, somebody got shot, you got shot spotter, you got Detective Langford going in, doing a compliance check, and so, I mean, the record, the incidents was recorded speak for themselves. But we're not here to talk about.
Councilor Tate, and respectfully, during these past couple of weeks, I was able to go and get a list of all the phone calls. The headquarters only has 2 incidents at my location. One is an arrest. That was me. They arrested me for operating a business without a license when I thought I had a license. The other one was something minor. These other incidents, they have no paper trail. It's just hearsay.
Okay. Any other councilors have any questions they would like to ask Mr. Temple?
Yeah, I have something to ask and really to say. I don't want you to think that we're here as a personal attack on your character, right? Because there's you as a person and you as a business owner. You can be a great person and not be a good business owner, or you can be a horrible person and be a good business owner. So don't say that. Also, don't talk about other businesses that are going on in your district or your area and you're not willing to report them. Because that's almost as if you're on trial, hypothetically, if I'm on trial for murder and I say, no, like my friends, they've been murdering people all the while, why am I up here, for example? So my biggest thing, what is your safety plan? Because what you presented, public safety was one thing, and what you gave us last week was something different.
Last week was an addition. Respectfully, Councilor Smitherman, I would like to compare apples with apples. I'm trying to show the council that there's no problems at my facility. I've given you a outline of problems at a same venue that I have. We have no problems. The only discrepancy we have are calls. I only have 2 calls reported at my address. Only 2. How he comes up with 8 more, I don't know.
Well, it doesn't matter. You're talking to us. You're not talking to the officer. I just asked about your safety plan.
So my original safety plan I've given to Greg Stanley about a year ago. I added additions to what I gave you guys about 2 weeks ago.
And then you changed it.
I didn't change it. I made additions.
You didn't change it last week? Because I think I saw there were different age requirements. I just want to make sure that when I make this decision, it's somebody who's going to be consistent in their safety plan, because I would hate to vote yes to give you a license and then you don't go through anything that's in your safety plan. And also, every situation that we vote on is very different, right? So some situations it's us revoking a license that is already there because it's a nuisance, right? So you can't compare different clubs, because that's taking all 9 of us and saying, oh, Council Woods voted for this, but Council Smitherman didn't. Like, we're trying to focus on your club. So I'm asking you, can you tell us today what is your safety plan as of March 1st?
Okay, so, my safety plan, again, is to make sure I have between 10 to 12 officers. Let me read it verbatim off my...
How many have you had in the last couple of months?
So it depends on how crowded we are. If it's not that crowded, of course, I don't need 12. So my safety plan is considering, let's say it's Classic Weekend. Obviously, I'll use 12 officers. I've hired a new security company that's state certified. We're going to add more cameras.
What's their name?
Howard Securities.
Okay.
We're going to continue to have officers working indoor and outdoor, along with parking lot attendants, metal detective, ID scanners. We want to up the age limit to eliminate headaches. We're even going from DJing to live band just to attract older clienteles this go round. We're going to stick with the same 2 days a week. What else did we go over?
And what have you currently been doing before you got shut down? What were you doing currently? Like when you were operating, how many security officers did you have? Can you tell us again?
So I use about 6. I use 2 outside. No, I use about 8. I got 1 outside and 6 inside. That's about 7. We have a metal detector. Got cameras operating indoors and outdoors. We got 2 metal detectors, actually one for the women and one for the men. I got 1 female officer that just strictly handles the women searching. I got a guy up front with myself, and I personally am up front, helping out with the security up front. I keep 4 inside, and I keep 1 by the restroom. I try to keep a Birmingham officer outside with the blue lights. If I can't hire Birmingham, I go to Miles College and get some of their field officers to have. They won't have the blue lights, but they have the green lights, just to have that presence outside. We get out of there early to eliminate late night problems. You only open 2 days a week, so you won't have a bombardment of problems. And I think between the days that I'm open, which is only 2, and all of the security, that will help continue to make sure we have a safe place. We have had a safe place since 2012, and will continue. If you vote yes, I promise you won't have any incidents at my location. None. I'm willing to even come before the council every so many days to give an update
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you, sir. At this time, we finished with the public hearing.
Any other counselors? Yes, Ms. Abbott.
I wanted to ask if we could hear from the other officer who came up. He was prepared to say something, but we didn't let him, and I'd like to hear what he has to say.
Good morning, City Council. How you doing, Mr. Mayor? I'm Detective Victor Langford, and from there I did a routine compliance check on the Club Mahogany on January the 30th, and at that time I found several things that was against the city ordinance and not in compliance. One was smoking. He didn't have a camera system that was ready. He never showed it to me. And from there also, what you was talking about, Mr. Middleman, was his safety plan. He did not have that on hand. And he spoke that he had so many different officers, but I can testify, I only saw 4 officers. There was 3 inside and there was 1 outside, and no one was Birmingham. And from there, when I spoke with the officers themselves, the security officers, none of them were state certified. So that means they didn't have any training. So that's the thing that I found was the problem. And I don't know if you all was here when I testified last time. It was a huge fight broke out, and I had to intervene in the fight to stop them from assaulting. They assaulted one of the security officers, and he was trying to break it up. They assaulted him also. All right, and with the pulling and tussling, then I had the guy try to fight me, and he knew I was a Birmingham police officer. I was in uniform. I was in that uniform. I wasn't dressed down anything. And that's the type of environment and crowd that was brought in there. And it was several people fighting. It wasn't just a one-on-one fight. It was probably about 4 females fighting and 2 guys. And then one of them was detained by security people. And I went outside to stop them from parking where they was parked across the street, because I figured they was going to start shooting, because I am from West Precinct. I'm a police officer that worked West Precinct. And from there, it's several shots fired that comes from, but from Mahogany Club. And from there, that's what I saw. And that's what I witnessed. And once I done it, I recorded everything. And from there, I gave it to my superiors. And that's what we have. And that's what I can witness to and testify. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Councilor Williams.
Yes, ma'am. Madam Chair and Madam President, I'd like to call for the vote.
This time, clerk will call for the vote.
That vote should be up.
All right, thank you. Both of those items failed. Next item, thank you.
Item 3, a resolution relative to the application of A&A Quick Stop LLC for a transfer of an off-premise beer and wine license to be used at A&A Quick Stop, 4356 First Avenue North, Suite A, Birmingham, and hearing of all interested parties. Item before you.
All right, thank you. Councilor Tate, I see that this item was recommended by the Public Safety Committee, and I believe someone pulled it off consent.
You want it 4 too as well?
Yes, would you please read 3 and 4? Thank you.
Item 4, a resolution relative to the application of A&A Quick Stop LLC for a lounge retail liquor class 2 license to be used at A&A Quick Stop, 4356 First Avenue North. It should be Suite B and not A, Birmingham, and the hearing of all interested parties.
Motion.
Second.
Thank you.
All right, thank you all very much. Both of these items have been consented and they were pulled off. I believe, Councilor Moore, you requested them to be pulled off?
Yes, Madam President, and really it was just for the sake of clarity, just trying to get a better understanding of the off-premise beer and wine license, the allowances for that, and then the lounge retail liquor class 2 license. Because I know that this establishment is situated right across the street from Hayes K-8 school, and so we're just trying to get clarity on that.
Thank you. We'll get the Office of the City Attorney to clarify for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Attorney Bernard.
morning, councilors.
Morning.
The difference, there is a lounge license that's defined in state law. Lounges in the state, no one under the age of 19 can legally step foot inside of them. The two classes, the differentiation of Class 1 is a bar. And actually, I misspoke with Councilors O'Quinn and Moore a few minutes ago. Class 1 can sell for on and off premise. They can only sell off premise original unpacked, unopened containers of alcohol, but they could sell to someone to go. That's, you don't usually see that in most bars, but the law does allow that. A Class 2 sells only for off premise and original unopened containers, and that is a package store. If you read the state law and state regulations, you don't really see package store anywhere. The lounge Class 2 is the classification that the ABC Board has set up to cover that.
Thank you. Does that help you, Counselor?
No, that's perfect. Thank you.
All right, and
I was just
Counselor,
confused by the lounge.
I'm glad you
part.
asked that question. Thank you. Counselor Quinn?
Yes. So this business has been at this location for some time. I mean, I know the gas station, and I would assume the off-premise beer and wine activities. I mean, is this, under new ownership, or, I mean, what's going on here?
I'm not familiar with the specific application that, went through public safety. I do have the application that Mr. Stanley from Finance just sent a few minutes ago. I can look at it and see if there's a differentiation, but that would really be a better question for the committee or for Finance.
Okay, and then I apologize, I haven't looked in the agenda packet for that information, but I'm also curious about the neighborhood's recommendation. Okay, I see. Right.
I will say Mr. Mitchell just clarified and said it is a transfer. I had not looked at that, but it is listed as a transfer.
And it looks like the neighborhood did not offer a recommendation.
Okay, Counselor Tate, would you have that in front of you? Would you, from the Public Safety Committee?
It's in your council package.
Right.
And they have 6 attendants, 6 supported, and one no recommendation. So they had 6 people to attend, and they had 6 people to say that they supported it, and 1 person that says no.
Okay, so on item 3, they have no recommendation. Item 4, they have 6 in support.
Right.
So they only supported the liquor store, and they didn't support the beer and wine?
Right.
He must be new.
Okay.
Class 2 and the beer and wine also.
Yeah, we see it. Thank you. 1 they did and 1 they did not. The first item, item 3, I'm assuming. And then the other one they did.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you. Yes, sir, Mr. Moore, I see you down there.
No, I was just looking at the license status report form, and I think on what is this one? The lounge retail liquor class 2. It says that there were 6 attendees, and 6 were in support, and 1 was no recommendation. And so we're just trying to figure out where this extra person came from. And just understand.
Yeah, it's just something, their math is off a little bit, but the majority is still 6 in support. Okay. Any other questions? All right, thank you, councilors. We'll go ahead and call for the vote for these 2 items. All right, thank you. Those items pass. Next item.
Item 6. A resolution relative to the application of here, Ali Yeah, for a towing service license to be used at 5-Way Towing 4800 8th Avenue, Wylam, Birmingham, to operate on the streets of Birmingham. Motion, please.
Move the item.
That Councilmember O'Quinn, I missed the second.
Councilor
Hey,
Pro
okay.
Tem.
All right, items before you.
All right, thank you. This particular item was not recommended by the Public Safety Committee, and I didn't
And the
see-
reason being,
Yes,
Madam
Councilor.
President, is it was a zoning issue. It was denied because it didn't meet B1 zoning. So we denied, the item because it didn't meet zoning. Because the business was going to be like in a residential area, and zoning said it did not meet the zoning requirements for the business.
All right, thank you. Any other information we need on this one, councilors? Councilor Quinn?
Counselor Tate,
Councilor Tate? It's a question.
has the zoning issue been resolved that you're aware of?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay, thank you.
And so what was the zoning issue again? I'm sorry.
The business didn't meet zoning requirements.
Okay. Any other questions we need to consider, councilors? Councilor Clark, you good? All right, we're ready for the vote.
Can I clarify something on
Yes,
6?
please.
It says no recommendation by the Public Safety Committee, but we recommended that it be denied, and I don't remember we recommended it going to the full council either, but it's here, so.
So you're saying you recommended that it be
The Public
denied?
Safety Committee recommended a denial, to my recollection.
Yes.
And I also don't remember it getting forwarded to the full council, but we're here, so I want to clarify the denial instead of the no recommendation.
So that's my follow-up question is, why is this on the agenda if it's not in compliance with zoning?
And so could we get the administration to answer that for us?
This was at the last public safety meeting, right?
We'll walk that down, councilors, just a second.
So,
This is why we need supporting documentation in our bond.
Well, this particular one, I agree with you, did not give us any.
This one,
so
thank
it's-
you, Madam President.
I will agree. Councilors, the question is why this one is before us and on the agenda. Now, our action we can take, and we can delay this, or we can wait to find out why this is before us.
I'd like to make
And-
a motion, we just send this back to public safety.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
So, Mr. Clerk, we have that motion to send this back to public safety. Hold on, we're in the middle of the vote, but, okay.
Councilors Abbott and Moore.
All right, thank you. We'll send this one back to public safety. I would like to ask administration if you would be sure to give us the supporting documentation that we need for these type items. And I know you may have a clarification, but what's before us is not clear, and the pathway was not clear for us to make the final decision. And did you have a follow-up, Chief?
Yes, ma'am. So we'll make sure that that's provided. Per Attorney Bernard, the item had to be voted on by the council, not the public safety, not the committee. So that's the reason why it was on the agenda, but we'll make sure that the supporting documentation is provided.
Okay, and I understand that, but the committee, I know you want to bring it before the council, but we're unprepared, given the information that was given to us. And I know we have typos all the time, but in reading the agenda over the weekend or looking at the items that were before us, it said no recommendation when it was actually denied. And that would have some factor in how we would support or not support. And yes, sir, Mr. McDaniels.
Item has been tabled, and if we can
Thank you for that clarification. So the item has been sent back to Public Safety. It's been tabled, and we'll go to the next item. Thank you, Mr. Clerk.
Item 48 has been requested to be withdrawn, so next will be presentation of old and new business.
Okay, thank you, councilors. At this time, if we could entertain comments from councilors regarding your district. Councilor Williams.
Yes, ma'am. I would like to re-announce some boards and agencies. We've already announced several times the Industrial Development Board, where we have 2 expirations, but also want to announce the Downtown Redevelopment Authority, where we have 1 expiration. Anybody that's interested, in the application process should send their resume to India Bailey at india.bailey@birminghamal.gov. And I think that from a neighborhood perspective, we have a lot of good meetings last night. We had 3 of them, but upcoming we have economic development meeting at 1 o'clock today in these chambers. Eastwood Neighborhood will be meeting on March 3rd at 6:30 at the Habitat Humanity Center. And with both of those resumes, please make sure that you have them in by 5 o'clock, which is close of business on Friday, April the 1st. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Mr. Moore, comments?
So I've done my virtual announcements, so everything will be after the meeting, but I did want to just tell everybody Happy Fat Tuesday. Happy Fat Tuesday. Look, man, I really wish I could have went down there to Mobile today, but it's all good.
Thank you.
Still time.
It's not over yet.
Call your wife.
Can't make that trip.
I know. Thank you, Mrs. Abbott.
Thank you, Madam President. We have we have a neighborhood meeting tonight. Forest Park South Avondale meets at 6:30 p.m. Tomorrow morning, the Birmingham Planning Commission meets at 8:30, and Councilor Tate and I will be there representing the council. The ARP workshop is tomorrow, too. I'm looking forward to that. So we do not have any other committee meetings this week except PIC, and of course that is not my committee. I'm just a member, but I'll be there. So that is all from me, Madam President. And I do want to say speedy recovery to Darrell Lee. He had a little bit of surgery and he's in rehab right now. And I have a card for everyone to sign. So if I can just send it down the way since we're almost done. But we want him to get back to good health.
Yes, Godspeed to Dr. Darrell Lee. And so we do hope that he recovers, has a speedy recovery. Thank you. Ms. Tate.
Thank you, Madam President. I do have a few announcements. The Special Care Facilities Financing Authority Medical Center East is a public corporation organized pursuant to the Alabama Code, Section 11-62-1 through 11-62-21. 1975, a 3-member board is established to exercise all powers of authority. Qualifications must be a qualified elector or own a real property in the city of Birmingham. Length of term is 6 years. Application period for this authority is March the 1st through March the 10th. How to apply? Go to www.birmingham.gov/boards-and-agency. Select Special Care Facilities Financing Authority Medical Center East option. Select apply and follow the steps. In addition, applicants can send their letters of interest or resume to brandon.mccray@Birmingham, spelled all the way out, AL.gov, or you can call 2302. Also, the Wylam Neighborhood meeting tonight at 6 p.m. Phone number is 720-740-9863. Access code is 658-9380. Occipico Finley Neighborhood meeting is this Wednesday, March the 2nd at 5:30. The phone number to dial in is 952-206-4918. Access code 223418. Public Safety Committee meeting will be next Tuesday, March 1st at 1 p.m. in the council chambers. You can submit your agenda items to Brandon McCray by Thursday, March the 3rd at 4 p.m. Also, Madam President, I got somebody sent me something on social media about the Hair Care Resource Institute, and I think that may be in Councilor Williams or Councilor Wood's residence, but she just wanted me to let everyone know that the Hair Care Resource Institute is now accepting applications. They provide high level of learning and preparation. They offer cosmetology, instructor, manicures, and natural hair. And this business is located at 1879 Gaston Highway, Birmingham, Alabama, in the Heritage Plaza 35235. And that completes my announcements.
Thank you, Ms. Tate. Dr. O'Quinn? Yes. I'm sorry, you were writing.
No, we're good. Just an update from yesterday's Transportation Committee meeting. The committee heard a report from our Department of Transportation regarding extension of the Birmingham on-demand project until through September of 2022. The funding allocated for that will be the ARPA funding that we approved. So expect that to come before the council in the next couple of weeks. But we also heard a renewal, a proposal to renew a contract with ALDOT and Alabama Power regarding of lighting, street lighting equipment that was initially approved in 2016, and on ALDOT's form they had several highways listed, but notably there were others very significant highways in this city that were not listed. So the committee recommended that we delay any decision on that in order to get ALDOT and Alabama Power to our next committee meeting, which will be March 28th, to get further clarification on that. So just want to make you aware of that. As Councilor Abbott mentioned, the Forest Park South Avondale Neighborhood Association is meeting tonight. Call our office if you need additional information, 254-2679. Also want to make you aware, when Ms. Shaw came from BJCTA, she mentioned Transit Roadshow that they were planning. The date for that is Thursday, March 10th at 11 a.m. at BJCTA, and I think they will be providing lunch, and I think it probably goes until like 2 or 3 o'clock. But anyway, you should be receiving an invitation. If you have not, please contact Tiffany Thompson. Her email address is bjcta.org. And again, that's basically a workshop for not just City of Birmingham leadership, but really for all of Jefferson County, to have BJCTA give us a better understanding of all of the considerations that they have to make in planning their operations and otherwise. So Again, that's Thursday, March 10th at 11 a.m. at BJCTA. And that concludes my announcements.
Thank you, Dr. Quinn. Councilor Woods.
Thank you, Madam President. I know, as probably everybody knows, probably for the last month we've been piloting the idea of digital announcements, and so I appreciate everybody that took part in that. And so now we'll be kind of reviewing, getting feedback, see if that's something we want to keep going forward, see if there's something, we want to all do, none do, some do, and just kind of get an overall game plan for that. But we've seen what PIO is capable of, and appreciate them as well for helping us get through the month with that pilot. So we'll get feedback on that and see where we want to go from here. Also, Thursday, the Spring Lake neighborhood will be meeting at 6:30 p.m. The Echo Highlands neighborhood will be meeting at 7 o'clock p.m. And on tomorrow, our Huffman High School basketball boys varsity team will be competing at the BJCC in the Final Four. So we wish them luck against McGill-Tulin. I know they're going to go out there and play hard, and let's try to advance to the championship. So really excited for them.
And what time is their game?
It's going to be at 10:30 a.m. 10:30 a.m. So right over there at the B. You can be in and out. I'll hold the door open for you. We'll get you in, get your valet service, so don't worry about that. But yeah, so we also got a video we want to show. I had an opportunity to honor one of our residents that turned 100 years old last week. So.
Oh, wow. Thank you. We look forward to seeing that one.
Hey everybody, Councilor Clinton Woods. We're here really today just to honor Mr. John Timothy Wilson Sr. on his 100th birthday. Really an incredible milestone, incredible blessing to live to be 100 years old. And so we have the opportunity today just to come out, honor him, but also hear some stories, learn some wisdom, and just learn about what his life has looked like over this 100 years, and see if we can get some advice for us youngsters, and really what we can need to be doing, what's important going forward. And just as he looks back and has a different perspective than any of us can, really what insight he wants to share. And so I'm, like I said, just excited to have the opportunity and be in a position to come and honor him today, and look forward to really just hearing stories and hearing what he has to say in his insight and things that he's learned over his life. So let's go do it.
It's the birthday song.
I am 100 years old. Well, you might say I'm 100 years young.
What's some advice you would give? What's your top advice to these youngsters turning around?
The advice I would give to young people, which was something that I should have done, I did not do, was to get all the education you can get. The most important thing is being obedient to the word, and not only being obedient to the word, living it as close as I possibly can. Doing all things that I have learned through my years and experience and relationship with others, to be honest and to do unto others I wish to have them do unto me. I've been very fortunate. The Lord has taken care of me, and from one plant to another, each one was more successful than the other. So that God said, that's all I got to say about that.
So we have a resolution for you from the city of Birmingham, and all the city councilors and the mayor, everybody signed it. So we wanted to give you this for your 100th birthday and find you a spot on the wall to hang it up.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
So like I said, we just are proud to have you here. I'm thankful that you're willing to share advice and really continue to just share the knowledge that you've gained. And like I said, we just wanted to honor you and on this special. Like I said, it's a blessing to get to 100, Doctor. It's a blessing.
To you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Turn up, turn up, turn up. Hey, 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 hey.
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you. So I know y'all have missed the videos, but like I said, we'll circle back around with everybody and see if we want to do with our announcements going forward. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And
Do we
happy
have to
birthday.
move that resolution? I don't remember passing it. Did we pass the resolution?
You want to go ahead and offer the resolution? Make a motion for that.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed to the resolution?
Now move. Second.
All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
All right, thank you very much. Ms. Clark.
Thank you, Madam President. And I'll start off by joining Councilor Woods and wishing Mr. Wilson a happy 100th birthday. Well, happy March, everyone. It's the beginning of Women's History Month, established in 1987. It commemorates and encourages the study, observance, and celebration of the vital role of women in American history, culture, society, and right here and right now, local government. So I know there'll be more about, this historic majority women council in March. Also, on February 22nd, last Tuesday, we were honored to have the 5 Points West Library host our Congresswoman Terry A. Sewell. Her town hall meeting was held in our district, and so we had a good time hearing from her, and I was particularly interested in her work around with the railroad, and I know that's a topic that we're all very interested in joining in with her to continue to make some headway with that. And, one of the things she told the people is that, the local laws are just symbolic, really, because they're unenforceable. And I think we have a sense of that. And, but you all are probably already working with her on that issue. Yes? Okay, good. All right. So tonight we'll have some neighborhood meetings. The Fairview Neighborhood Association will meet via conference call. One of the things we'll take up tonight or learn about tonight is a rezoning request in support of adapting part of the Sardis campus for the Opportunity Center. Real ambitious program with lots of different services proposed around arts and culture, and workforce development. So we'll hear more about that. If you're interested in connecting, it's at 5:30 tonight. The dial-in number is 602-580-9667, and the access code is 5658130. We're also going to be at the Thomas neighborhood tonight in person at the Mount Hebron Baptist Church at 6:30, and please remember to wear your mask if you're going to be in attendance. Be Litter Free in District 8, we're continuing to work with District 8 residents to ensure our neighborhoods are clean. We look forward to furthering this mission with a cleanup in the Thomas neighborhood later this month. And the details are forthcoming. We hope to finalize the dates and times at tonight's meeting. Sports on the west side, today at 1 p.m., the Miles College Golden Bears baseball team will take on the Montevallo Falcons at the historic Rickwood Field. In fact, Miles will be playing several games this season at America's oldest ballpark in the Rising West Princeton neighborhood. Next weekend, March 11th and 12th, the Birmingham Crossplex will host the NCAA 2022 Division I Indoor Track and Field Championships. Lots of exciting sports events in District 8, and we encourage you to not only support our young people in their athletic pursuits, but to also enjoy these wonderful sports facilities. Also note that the Arlington Antebellum Home and Gardens has a couple of board vacancies coming up, terms expiring in April. If you're interested in serving on that board or being considered for service on that board, please reach out and send your information to Carmen Mays. That's Carmen, C-A-R-M-E-N .Mays, M-A-Y-S, at birminghamal.gov. And like my colleague, Councilor Moore said, happy Mardi Gras, y'all. I'm speaking French now, so he said Fat Tuesday. I'm saying Mardi Gras, y'all. Mardi Gras, y'all. I think that's right. French and Southern, south of France. But anyway, I hope everyone has been able to find a little bit of joy in these trying times. And tonight, the season of revelry comes to an end, and there is a free celebration this evening at the Boutwell Auditorium starting at 5 p.m. And tomorrow, some of us will walk around with ashes smudged on our foreheads or more subtly enter into a season of fasting, prayer, and penance. Whatever your faith or personal tradition, I hope you will find this time that we'll spend in the next month or so waiting for nature's renewal to be a reminder of our own resilience. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilor Clark. Madam Pro Tem.
Thank you, Madam President. I want to start off with saying a happy birthday to my father, Senator Smitherman. His birthday is tomorrow. I don't know if he's listening, but yes. So yesterday we had a sit down with Smitherman virtually. We talked about Black health and wellness, which was the theme of Black History Month. We had Uche Bean, one of my personal favorites from the Mayor's Office of Racial Equity and Social Justice, Dr. Richardson, the founder of No More Martyrs, and then Dr. Durant. He is a doctor at Cooper Green, which is in District 6, and some of District 7 as well. We will have a PIC meeting today at 2 p.m. We will have Attorney Bernard there talking about some cleanliness ordinances, and we're finally having that workshop, Councilor Clark. So we'll have some people, some other people from the Mayor's Office as well. Oakwood Place neighborhood will meet at Harrison Park Recreation Center today at 4 p.m. I'll see you there, Madam President. The Mason City Neighborhood Association will meet on today via teleconference at 4:30. The call-in number is 712-770-8017, and the code is 843-426. The North Titusville neighborhood will meet tomorrow at Memorial Park Recreation Center at 5 p.m. The next Budget and Finance meeting will meet Monday, March 28th at 3:30 p.m. Submissions are due Wednesday, March 23rd by noon. Email submissions to laquita.wilson@birminghamal.gov. Live Health Smart Alabama will host the mobile market, which is basically like a healthy food initiative, but it's a lot of good fruits and vegetables and meat. I've shopped there before, and it's very, very affordable at the Titusville Library on March 3rd between the hours of 10 and noon. Also, the Girl Scouts will meet every first and third Thursday from 3:30 to 4:30 at the Titusville Library. There will be a community food giveaway on March 3rd between the hours of 10 and 2 at the Titusville Library. The YMCA's Diabetes Prevention Program classes will be held at the Titusville Library. 25 sessions will be given over the course of 1 year. For more information, contact Keisha Nelson at communityhealth@ymca.org. Also, there will be a diaper giveaway, Bundles of Hope, in collaboration with the Titusville Library. They will give away free diapers to the community every first Thursday at 10 a.m. at the library. Also, I want to wish the Ramsey Rams boys basketball team a good luck tomorrow. They also play in the Final Four at 4:30. So hopefully we'll be able to go after our ARPA workshop. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you very much. The announcements for District 7, we have several neighborhood meetings coming up. The Oakwood Place has already been announced. They meet today at 4 p.m., so I'll be joining Councilor Pro Tem at that meeting at Harrison Park. The Jones Valley Neighborhood Association meets Friday, 4 p.m. at Powderly Library. The Gracilla Heights neighborhood meets Monday, 3 p.m. at the Mary Dorr Center, and the Powderly Neighborhood Association, they will meet via conference call, and that'll be on Monday at 4 p.m. And that dial-in is 1-831-6889-0244 with the access code V6XPP6. I also want to remind the public that actions last week, we did set the public hearing for the redistricting process. We are looking to hear your input. That public hearing is set for March 29th at the Birmingham Crossplex at 5:30. Also, the landing page that includes the draft of the district map. It also includes some data that will be very useful to the public as you review the map, and that has launched, and you can go to www.birminghamalcitycouncil.org. And if you click on redistricting, you will see the draft map, and you will see all the other items that would assist in reviewing the map, and it also includes the guidelines and the protocol that we use to get to where we are. So we're looking for that input. There is also an email address where you can type in your comments, and so we'd like to receive those from you prior to the meeting, but if not, we'll hear those during the meeting at that time. Also, we know that, according to Ms. Abbott, the World's Games are coming.
They are coming.
And so that will be in July 2022. We did receive some information yesterday from the IOC where they would, in support of what's going on, I believe Russia will not be attending or a part of any of those games. So I will keep you posted on that. I would like to take this opportunity. I do want to apologize to the administration. When we were considering the item earlier, that was actually an internal process that failed on the part within our own internal offices and in how we submitted information. So it's very important, counselors, when we are seeking information from your particular committee or we're trying to place items on the agenda, we need that information so that it accurately reflects what we need to consider as a council. So, Chief, I know that the rest of your colleagues have left, and I hope it's not because I jumped on them. But I do want to say that I do apologize, and we will just work within our own internal to be sure we have that. Today, we want to thank officers who are on duty. That's Amber Cardwell of the West Precinct and Derek Square of the West Precinct. So thank you very much. We appreciate your service. Councilors, at this time, if I could entertain a motion for adjournment, that's okay?
So moved.
Second.
I'll let you say it today. All those in favor, say aye. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Hello, this is Councilman Moore with your D4 announcements for the week. So the Fairmont neighborhood will be having their neighborhood association meeting at Mount Carmel on March the 1st at 6 p.m. On March the 7th, we will have 4 different neighborhood association meetings: Maple Grove, Brummett Heights, Zion City, and Collegeville. They all will be by conference call. The MLK Rec Center will have registrations for their new basketball team, ages 6 through 12. The Brownsville Heights Center will be having halal praise dance, and instructor Ruby Stringer will be offering hula hoop fitness every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. So last week we got a chance to go over to Hayes K-8 school, where we celebrated their Black History program and were involved in their PBIS Positive Behavior and Intervention and Support program, which was a great experience for me as well as for them. We also had an opportunity to go over to Huffman High School, where we talked to the students of the Elevate program about purpose and about getting more civically engaged in their communities. Was greatly appreciative of the opportunity to go and speak to them, and I know for a fact that they had a great time just learning more about neighborhood associations as well as just community involvement in general. So these are your announcements. Y'all go have a good day.